So far, Colombia director Rodrigo Garcia has specialized in movies about women. Two films he's made so far that most people know are Things You Can Tell Just by Looking at Her and Nine Lives. He was also involved in the HBO show In Treatment with Gabriel Byrne as a psychiatrist. His newest film is Mother and Child, and like those other two films, it does deal with women, specifically three of them. One is played by Annette Bening. She plays a woman approaching middle age who gave up her child when she was very young, when she was a teenager. And she sort of drifted through life wondering what would have happened if she would have kept her child. She works as a physical therapist in a facility. Another woman is played by Naomi Watts. She plays a very rigid, stoic lawyer, 37 years old, who's new to a law firm that is run by Samuel L. Jackson. She seems to move from city to city every few years, and you're never quite sure why until the film starts to unfold and tell her backstory. And the third character is played by Kerry Washington, who's a woman who desperately needs a child, desperately wants a child. She's getting at the age where she can't live without one. She's with her husband, and they visit an adoption agency together. Now, what these three women have in common is never clear until the film goes on. It's one of those movies where there are at least three separate stories being told, kind of like Crash that way. And the stories are told, and their connections aren't revealed until the very end. Does this work? Yes, I think this is perfectly suited for that kind of movie. Some of this stuff can get old. Some of the storytelling technique of doing this can get old. You know, after Crash, it seemed like, you know, there were a few films a year that tried this and didn't quite work, but this one really works well. One of the things that makes this film work is that all three characters are very well rounded and very interesting. They each have their dark secrets. They each have new things they bring to the table as the film goes on. Bening, who I've always liked as an actress, really does this film without makeup, very raw performance. You've never quite seen her like this. Naomi Watts is excellent too, in a role that's different than you've seen her before. And Kerry Washington is very realistic, very emotionally charged in this movie. There's also some terrific supporting work. I had mentioned Samuel L. Jackson. Sharika Epps from Half Nelson is in it. She's the young woman who's about to give up her child to Kerry Washington. And Jimmy Smits, of all people, comes out of nowhere and gives a really great understated performance as one of Annette Bening's co-workers that she gets involved with. The movie keeps you on your toes. You're never quite sure how it's all come about, and there are some very darkly funny moments in it as well. So I would say Mother and Child should not be labeled strictly as a chick flick. It's a serious film with some funny stuff in it, terrific acting, and I would highly recommend it. This is Movie Earth.